This is my dream starter house, and this hill is where we're going to build it. So far, for the last 5 episodes, we've been living in a disheveled village, and the worst part is this disgusting chest monster, which I can't stand, and we are getting rid of it today. And while I do a little bit of preparation, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This is actually the first Minecraft house I've built. And like you, I go on YouTube and I see all of these insane mega builds, which I can only dream of completing because I have a full-time job and family and obligations. I don't have time to game that much, but I'm here to say it's not that hard. You can start small to medium like this and break it down into some simple steps that makes it really achievable. In the past, when I've played Minecraft, I've pretty much just lived in the hole in the wall like a hobbit or in a cave like a goblin. And in this series, I want to learn how to build, and I'm going to take you guys on this journey and show you guys that you can do it too. Now, as far as I know, the quickest way to get good at something is to find someone who already knows what they're doing, try and study their work, emulate it, and learn through that process. So to help us and aid us in this build today, I found a couple of images off Pinterest that I just fell in love with. So now that we have the location set and our references put together, I kind of did a quick sketch of how I wanted this all to format. So with this mount, I want to build a bit of an overhang. I love the tree from the first image. So I want to build this tendril tree coming up, supporting our build and kind of cradling it almost as if it's on a pedestal. And I want to model our cozy cottage kind of off of this lower house because that blue is like my favorite color. And I love the cozy feel that fits the early game. All right, having built the little platform, now I kind of want to build a little supporting, like a retaining wall around the edges. So yeah, the tree's gonna cradle and support it, but there's gonna be some infrastructure here as well. And I think this platform's big enough. I'm not totally certain, but we're gonna see how this turns out. I'm gonna scream. I wasn't recording. I'm gonna scream. I was sleeping. Now I gotta sort out this mess. This is why we need to build a house. Okay, so I think we have the rough shape of the pedestal. I don't know for sure. I have to give myself permission to screw up and be able to come back and fix it later and adjust things later. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get this done. So I think this is a good spot. Ow. Now for the roof design, we need lots of different blue variations, and I think having some light blue and cyan wool is gonna help. So before we go any further with the terraforming and building, I wanna get a couple automatic sheep farms set up, so that way we can just passively be getting these in the background while we go and collect more labor intensive blocks. So this is one cell done. Now I just gotta make a few more, and voila. Aha! It worked. Awesome, so we got 6 colors set up. We have the blues for the roof, we have the warmer red and orange for the tree leaves, which I don't know if we'll get into this episode, and some green because I had an extra dye on hand. And I didn't want to get bogged down chasing down a bunch of different blocks while I was trying to build. So I grabbed a few blocks using the reference and a couple others that I thought would fit the colors pretty well and aren't too hard to collect because it's still pretty early. Okay, I am thinking of something roughly about this size and this shape. I think this is a decent area for a starter base. Now I know it's all diorite right now. It's gross, it's disgusting, and I'm just using temporary blocks because I'm not totally sure how I want to do the gradient later. I do want it to be like a creamy whitish color, but I'm not set on what blocks I want to do that with and what tones and where I want the darker tones and the lighter tones to be yet. So it's all temporary, but I think we're off to a good start. Welcome back. I am cutting out a very large chunk of this because I am very indecisive and this is taking a lot longer than I expected. But anyways, I'm finishing up this little wraparound balcony porch on like the front center tower. I think I like it. I think it looks pretty good. It's really going to depend on how I do the other upper sections and how it all ties together. Okay, here I'm working on the next section, but I'm having a hard time. I love the blues. I love it, but I don't have a lot of blue blocks that I can get easily, and I'm having a hard time having the roofs like slope naturally because I don't have any blue blocks at the moment that I can make slabs or stairs out of, and I might have to take a minute to go get some Prismarine. And with all the guardians dead, I was able to quickly build this little farm where they spawn underneath me, they swim into the soul sand and it shoots them up, and then they go into the soul fire. So pretty simple, super easy build. And now I can just sit and collect all of the prismarine and sea lanterns I need. Now back to your regularly scheduled house building. Okay, so now we're working on the right side, and obviously my reference doesn't show that, and I'm not certain what I want to do with it yet. I kind of can see that there's this little wing here for the next, like the next outcropping or little kicked out part, and I think I really like it. I think I got the good shape, although it's a little long, and I think the depth isn't right. I need to knock it back a little further. So I think the backside of this build is gonna be a lot more challenging because I don't know what I want it to look like yet, and I'm gonna have to be a little more creative. Okay, very much in the style of my lack of confidence because I don't know what I'm doing, I went back to putting in another window on the front side of the house, which I knew I was going to do and how I wanted to do it, so that was no issue. And I'd say it looks pretty good. I really like it. That second tier looks better now that it's filled in, not just a blank wall to make it happen. So before I jump into the second side of the house, which I have no idea what it's going to look like yet, I noticed in my reference that they have these sections on the second and third floor that kind of jut out like additional rooms that help with the transition from the front face to the side face. So having this here helps it look less rigid and blocky and just very like linear, like a giant rectangle essentially. Breaking up these larger shapes with smaller ones helps the eye and the overall shape transition around the edges. Okay, so I got the canvas set for this next side, and I wasn't sure what to do with it, so I have a reference list of all these ideas that I've seen online that I love and I want to try and implement. And one of the things I found is this gradient window lighting that I found from this channel online named Stabby. I think it's incredible, and this is the perfect opportunity to do this because this shape actually frames it so well. Okay, I went ahead and filled it in and with the tinted glass, and oh my goodness, I love this. I cannot wait to see this at nighttime, and I definitely can't wait to see it pop with shaders. I love this. Although okay, now imagine this with the roof coming over and the backside. I think it's leaving the bottom area kind of empty and blank. I'm gonna have to build something to fill that area. Maybe a catwalk or a walkway to have down in front. That could be cool. Okay, looking pretty good, I think. So in attempts to procrastinate more and stop doing the hard stuff, I decided to go ahead and copy the front upper section to the back. And now I'm gonna have to start filling in these side bits. So I'm thinking I'm going to have this right section tie in. I need to build this roof up here in the corner. And then down below, I think I'm gonna have a nice big archway. So that way I can get in and out of my storage system really easy when I'm working on other projects. I need to, let's see. All right, so I basically ran through and retextured like all the walls because I was tired of staring at just like the cubic polished diorite. I got these little side platforms put in, and I got my arch, and I'm loving the way it all is coming together with these 3 tiers. I think it looks so good. I touched up the base a little bit. I added some darker tones because it's gonna have, it still has to have a foundation, right? And I think it's time we finally wrap up the exterior. I'm gonna add some sidewalks, touch up the railings a little bit. I am just realizing I am most of the way through this video and we haven't even started on the inside yet. I got so much work to do. Okay, to deal with the inside, it is a really funky shape in here. So instead of trying to break it off into individual rooms, I think we're gonna have an open center column through this base with a stairway and balconies that kind of wrap around and create like functional little areas along the side. This is becoming a spirally mess. I kind of love it. I think in this corner, we are going to put in a little bit of a bed for our pupper. And if you put oh, that wasn't right. If you put a pot in the ground and you can layer a carpet over it, just this little top bit's gonna poke through. Come on, where's the angle? Where am I supposed to click to put this down? There. Aha. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to, using one of the armor stand mod, I'm gonna see if I could situate a bone in the bowl. I think that looks okay. And one more. Nice. All right, so that's a little chew toy. And can I get this powdered snow down for like a pillow? Sorta, maybe. Come on, armor stands. There we go. Look at you. He's so cute. Come on, I need some help with. I have a couple names in mind, but I was hoping to get some of you guys involved. Okay, everyone, and it's about time to go through the final reveal. And as you can see peeking through the window, I did a final pass with just a few more details. And I really hope you guys love it. I am ecstatic. I'm so happy with the game. I can't believe I built this, honestly. And I'm just so happy I gave myself the time to break it down into the steps. It's really not that big of a challenge as I tend to build it up in my head. And I'm sure a lot of other people do the same thing. And then they just don't ever take the time to even try. So do yourself the favor, try something new, try something scary, break it into smaller steps, and you will be surprised with the things you can come up with. Welcome to my humble abode. I want to give you a quick little walkthrough so you can see how it all kind of flows. Here I got my little desk and it's got a quill and name tag. Over here we got our spot for our little buddy, but we haven't named him yet. And I thought it was really cool. Under these carpets, I added some amethyst. So when you walk through here, you get some of that magical feel. And you can see we added some of the crystals, which helps with the contrasting color, because otherwise it's really warm in here. There's a lot of warm orangey lights. The purple helps cool it down, break it up, as well as the blue. And it makes sense that we have the amethyst here, right? We're studying the magic. We are the umbrella company providing the magical power grid for all these small businesses and automations that are popping up in our world. So naturally we have to have it here because this is our starter base where we're planning out this empire. And we got to have the stuff so we can figure out how to capitalize on it, right? And I am so happy how the map came out. It was very tedious, but it looks really cool with the vines and the shading. And we got some extra space down there, I'm not sure. But heading up to the second level, we got our enchanting area and this little potions corner, which looks amazing. A little more magical carpets. And running up to the third, we have our little office, which has our drafting table and cartography. And last but not least, heading up to the top floor, we have our bedroom. So I can't say it enough. This is, I never would have imagined I could have built something like this. I always built in little caves, in holes in the ground, because I was too afraid to take the challenge to build something on this scale, because I was worried it was going to look bad. But when you take the time and give yourself the opportunity to fail, that's how you learn and grow. I am so happy that I was willing to try things. Like, I tore down so many things in this build and replaced it. I tried so many different designs and all these different alcoves, and I streamed most of this, and I was bouncing ideas off people who would pop in and out, and it was so much fun. I learned so much. I really appreciate the support and people getting involved because it helped me grow and learn. So this week we took on this challenge to build this beautiful house, our starter house, which is going to help set up this entire world. Oh, he's coming after me. Oh, he's coming after me. Come and get it. Where is he? Oh! I didn't realize he was going to drop right in front of me. Okay, so I kind of forgot where I was down here. Anyways, the real challenge starting next week, which I have not built in this style at all. We have to build this giant tree. I've never even built a custom tree, but now we got to build this giant autumn tone colored, like tenderly twisting tree to support this pedestal and this build. And we got to tie it all together because it's going to have the orangey autumny red leaves, which will tie great with the orange windows up above. We'll have some blue accents. I think it's going to look so cool, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I would love if you guys hopped into the live streams. I stream in the morning and in the afternoons, on the weekends, and give me some ideas, chat, hang out, and make sure you drop a like and subscribe so that way you get that notification and you don't miss it when we go live. I really appreciate it. It allows me to keep doing this stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you want to see last week's episode where we took on the end, the dragon got our elytra, check out this video on the left, or the playlist on the right, which has everything we've done in this world.